What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video. And with this one, we're hearing rumors that the New England Patriots are interested in free agent and veteran linebacker Nicholas Marrow. Yeah, you guys are hearing this right. They are interested in a free agent that is not an offensive lineman. Now, Nicholas Marrow would actually be a signing by the Patriots that brings substance, a guy that would actually be a starter for the Patriots as long as he can really acclimate himself within the Patriots' defensive system. Now, Marrow is a 5-year NFL veteran and has spent the last 4 years of his career with the Las Vegas Raiders. Ultimately, though, this past year, he did play for the Chicago Bears in 2022, and it looks like they're not too interested in bringing him back. I know that currently the Cleveland Browns are a team to watch in terms of Nicholas Marrow, but I'm not hearing any other names currently linked. But of course, that doesn't mean that another team cannot jump ahead of either the Browns or Patriots to sign him. Now, I'm sure the Bears will have a level of interest for Marrow, but after the splash signings they've made, especially at linebacker, I don't see them bringing back Marrow unless he goes for a much less contract than ultimately I think another team is going to give him. But in 2022 with the Bears, Marrow did have a career year. He totaled 116 tackles with 1 interception. If he could implement those same statistics and that same effect that he had on that Bears defense, if he signed to the Patriots, he would immediately be a starting linebacker for New England. Now, Marrow is still a fairly young player, still in his prime, only 27 years old. He'll be 28 by the time that the 2023 season starts. A little bit undersized for a linebacker just in terms of height, 6 foot, 216 pounds. He's somebody that also brings pretty decent speed, and the best way I can put this is if the Patriots do not bring back Mack Wilson, this is the type of guy that I think can easily replace him, and this is the type of guy that if the Patriots sign, I think could be everything that they thought that they were going to be getting with Mack Wilson, but ultimately just never did. And I know some people will hear me say that he had over 100 tackles and will say, all right, well, Patriots Global, how much of those were assisted tackles? And he only had 27 assisted tackles. 93 of them were solo tackles. Chicago did mainly use Marrow as a coverage linebacker, but I look at his statistics and it seemed like he graded out a lot better as a pass rushing linebacker. He played a total of 515 snaps as a run defender, only 45 as a pass rusher, and 526 as a coverage linebacker. He didn't allow any forced fumbles, but put up 48 total stops, 1 sack. He did have 17 missed tackles, so missed tackles are definitely an issue with him, but that is something I think the Patriots could help coach out of him, which is only going to make him more productive. I mean, the fact that he had 17 missed tackles but still put over 100 tackles is absurd, but he did allow a passer rating of 99.9. Again, not great in coverage, but not terrible by any means. According to PFF, they gave him an overall grade this past season of 54 with a run defensive grade of 46.8, a pass rush grade of 54.2, and a coverage grade of 61.3. I think that he comes in New England and he gives them a different styled type of linebacker. You know, obviously Bill Belichick loves his big thumping linebackers who can come down through the gut of the middle of the defensive line, make some plays now and then as a pass rusher, but mainly be a run stopper. And they don't really care too much about coverage because they have their safeties play a lot of hybrid linebacker. But with Devin McCourty's retirement, them not having a whole lot of depth currently at the time I'm making this video at safety, maybe they look to add a true coverage linebacker, a guy that can, help them as a pass rusher, but still play coverage. Even when Nicholas Marrow was with the Raiders, he still put up respectable numbers. I mean, 78 tackles in 2021, 73 in 2020. This past year with the Bears, he was able to put up 2 passes defended, 11 tackles for loss, and 0 quarterback hits. And I actually think the Raiders used him better than the Chicago Bears did, or at least they just utilized him in a different way. That's why the Patriots can utilize him in a couple of different ways, and I think he'll work out. He's a versatile linebacker. If the Patriots want to use him as a coverage guy, he can more than do that. But when the Raiders used him in 2020, because he actually didn't play in 2021, that was a miscalculation on my part. In just 14 games in 2020 with the Raiders, he was able to put up 1 interception, 9 passes defended, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble return, 3 sacks, 78 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 6 quarterback hits. According to PFF's grade for him in 2020, he had an overall grade of 63.7, a run defensive grade of 50.9, so he's just overall not a great run defender, a pass rush grade of 70.4, and a coverage grade of 70.4. I think that there is a real outline for how to use this guy, and I think that he could be a true difference maker in the Patriots system, and like I said before, could really end up becoming everything the Patriots thought Mack Wilson would be. Us Patriots fans have really been clamoring for the Patriots to bring aboard a true elite, just difference maker when it comes to linebacker, because they haven't done so since arguably Dante Hightower. The Patriots seem pretty content with average to below average play from their linebackers and expect their secondary and defensive line to make up for that. And it's worked out for them well. They have a great defense year after year, but just imagine what an elite linebacker core, or at least an above average linebacker core, could do for the Patriots defense that's already elite. You have Juwan Bentley, who is great, but is he a true number 1 overall starter? I don't know about that, not to mention the fact that he does have a lot of injury history. The Patriots' second overall linebacker is Jelani Tavai, who had a really good season last year in 2021, was a breakout year, but is that something that he can continue to build upon? I'm not sure. Other than that, the Patriots really don't have any linebackers. I mean, Anthony Jennings, but he's mainly a pass rusher. Calvin Munson, who's a special teamer. They did sign Raekwon McMillan, who, again, he's below average, didn't really do much for the Patriots. On a 1-year contract, I doubt, he's going to do much for the team also. And then, obviously Josh Uche and Ronnie Perkins are pass rushers also. So the Patriots currently only have 2 real linebackers, and again, Juwan Bentley has injury history. If one of those guys gets injured, you're already at a position where you need linebacker help. They definitely need to add to linebacker, whether it's an area that they want to build upon to become an elite group, or just build upon it to at least get past. It's not like Nicholas Marrow also only had 1 good year. Like I said, looking back at his couple seasons in the NFL, or his most recent couple of seasons in the NFL, he's been fairly productive. He's not a number 1 linebacker. At best, he's a number 2 to number 3 linebacker, but I think he is a difference maker, and he is somebody that also, if you look at his numbers, was actually a starter on defense. He wasn't just a rotational piece that played like 30% of the defensive snaps. This past year, he played a total of 100% of the Chicago Bears defensive snaps with 1,086. He also has special teams ability, doesn't play a whole lot there, but this past year with the Bears played 21%. In 2020 with the Raiders, he played a total of 75% of their defensive snaps with 29% of their special team snaps, and the most special teams he's ever played was when he played 64% of special teams for the Raiders in 2018. So not only could he be a starter for this defense, but he also brings a starting special teams ability that Bill Belichick loves in his players. Right now, this is just reported interest. Obviously, they have not currently signed him or anything like that, but hopefully this is a move that the Patriots can get done, because it's one that I really do think could have some true implications and could actually turn out to be a good signing. What are your guys' thoughts on this, though? Let me know in the comments section below. Make sure you guys leave a big like on this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. I appreciate you guys for watching, and go Pats.